Hello, welcome to Aiden and Cooper's Movie Castle. I'm Aiden.
I am Cooper.
And this month, this is our Pride Month
Yes,
episode.
this is our Pride Month.
And I'd just like to say, in the top floor of the castle, in the back right room, we have gotten pegged. High five, dude. We are allies, and we're here to talk about the films of June and a little bit before. We're just gonna go fucking ham. Talk about all the movies ever.
Yes.
And I think that we should talk about all the movies, but I think we should devote like a little extra time to the new releases, but only a little bit, you know? I want this to be a Mega Mongo episode. I want this to be what we're known for, our magnum opus.
Our magnum opus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've been away. We've traveled. We've been traveling, not with the castle, but we've been traveling, and now we are back.
Yeah,
So
away from the castle. We haven't gone on our vacations together yet.
Yes.
But we do that all the time in the castle, so it's like, I don't know, we feel less of a need to, but it would be nice to do something sometime.
I do have a story to tell you, though.
Yeah?
That happened 48 to 72 hours ago.
Okay.
So I've been going on some like walks in the afternoon to like clear writer's block, you know? And I've been working on... we have an episode that we have planned that requires a bit of research, so I've been sort of starting that, and I went on a walk to like think about how we should approach that episode, and I was stopped by some missionaries.
Oh.
Now I think we've implied that we live in Utah, but I don't normally get stopped by missionaries. But the reason I was stopped is because I went to high school with one of these guys. He played trumpet in jazz band, and
Is he good?
He's really good.
Oh, cool.
And so you know, it was an awkward conversation, you know, as you and I are both not religious people, and they were religious, and I got the guy, one of the guys, he said that he would listen to the podcast, and I took a Book of Mormon, so we made a deal. We made a deal.
What episode did you recommend, or just like in general?
Well, I was sort of, he's like, what are you doing? Like, he was like, why are you out and about today? And I just told him that I was like going out to clear my head, get writer's block, like I said. And he asked what I was working on, and I mentioned the project we're working on, or I'm working on, I don't know. But, and then I told him about the podcast, And I was like, oh yeah, we talk about new movies and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, well, obviously I'm on a mission. I can't keep up with new movies.
Well, can you listen to podcasts?
And I was like, well, look at this. We talk about new movies.
Hey.
And so I agreed that I would take a Book of Mormon if he listened to the podcast.
He's going to live vicariously through us?
I guess so.
That's incredible. If you're listening, brother. If you're listening, brother, thank you so much. Elder, sorry.
I don't really know I think rules for missionaries have gotten pretty loose in the past few years. They're allowed phones now and some social media.
Really?
So maybe this kid has Spotify. And I don't think God would really want him listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
But... if you're listening, we appreciate you, and we're gonna catch you up on all the new movies today.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep this episode in mind, like I'm explaining these to people that won't have the joy of watching them, keeping them up to date, so when they get back from their mission, they won't be left out of a lot of conversations.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Exactly. I had a music teacher, my jazz band teacher in 10th grade. He was LDS, and he went on a mission, and he told us this story about when he got back, his friend gave him a stack of CDs. You don't have to do that here.
That's so sick.
You don't have to do that here.
Well, it's like the bit in Winter Soldier, right? With the notes.
Exactly. So if you have any friends that have been in a coma for the past 10 years or something like that.
Or at a religious mission.
Yes.
One of the two.
And they want to know what's been happening in the world of movies and such.
There are no other options on the internet.
Link them our podcast.
Yeah.
And they will know.
Tell them that we are the only podcast about movies available.
Exactly.
Should we start, dude?
Yeah, we can start.
So I was looking back, and I think we talked about Final Destination Bloodlines.
We did. We talked about a bunch of horror movies towards mid-May, and then I left for a little while.
Because I think that's the last one, because I think the day after or the day of, we had that thing, I watched Lilo and Stitch.
Right.
And then I think, so it's everything from May 22nd onwards we have not talked about.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I would like to combine our sections. So I think we should just go beat for beat.
That's an exact month.
Blow for blow. You know what I'm saying? It is an exact month. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just share. Just go back and forth, and then we can talk about just every single movie on this list for both of us, and you watch a movie a day.
I do.
So this is considerable. And
Yes.
sometimes I watch a movie a day. I have had a streak for the last like week and a half. And sometimes I'd be watching multiple movies in a day. So this is a considerable amount for both of us.
I generally just watch one movie a day, sometimes two. I watched two yesterday.
Well, I got to catch up. You know, I binge. I'm not as like consistent as you are, but sometimes I'll fucking spank out 3. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start off with Lilo and Stitch on the 22nd since we mentioned it. This is a film that you have not seen.
No, I have not seen it.
This is kind of a wonderful thing about the podcast is that we have the things that we see both at the same time or whatever, and then we have things that I see but you don't and you see but I don't, you know? And Lilo and Stitch is one of those holes that you have not filled. But
I probably will not fill it, if I'm going to be honest with you.
I think that's fair, dude, but... This has been an object of fascination for me for a while because it is, the first film was very important to me. I was a little freak-ass kid, and this one spoke to me. And I think it is one of the greater achievements in, like, mainstream movies, I would say. Because it's just, it's so of its own and kind of complicated and strange and... mostly just strange in ways that most like big budget films aren't, and it wouldn't have been if there wasn't a specific set of circumstances at Disney at that time.
Yeah,
I've told you all about this. Yes,
I'm not sure. Would you like to hear my relationship with this movie?
Yeah, I would. And then
I did not see Lilo and Stitch until 4 years ago.
Yeah,
I didn't grow up with this movie at all, so I have no real connection with it. I thought it was fine. I'm sure if you grew up with it, you like it, but.
I that's fucked up because I think that I think Lilo and Stitch is one of the better. I think might be the best Disney movie. I would say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just because I don't know, because how this came about was Orlando, like Universal had this place where you could go and you could watch movies be made. Disney didn't have anything like that at the time, so to combat that. They created a little animation studio down in Orlando, so people could watch them like animals in a cage, and made their little thing. And they made 2 movies there, and they had very little oversight from the people over at Main Disney. And one of them was a Goofy movie, and one of them is Lilo and Stitch. And I would argue that these are the 2 movies that feel the most like singular and kind of personal. And I think that they're doing things idea-wise and representation-wise that wouldn't happen if it was in the larger scope. And I think that is kind of proven by Lilo and Stitch, which takes a lot of that out, sands a lot of that down. A lot of the strangeness, a lot of the meanness, a lot of the political identity that it has. It kind of replaces it in some forms and then sometimes just doesn't have it. And so I was really dismayed by this film. Especially because it has a pretty good director with the guy who did Marcel, and it felt like a strong pick if you're going to make a pick for this film's director. I don't know, something like that has this kind of... It's for kids, but it has the darker kind of thing about grief and how that is represented in small children and stuff like that. I thought it was a good choice. But yeah, it's kind of nothing. I really didn't like it. It was a bummer.
I don't think most people liked it, but it is going to probably... We haven't had anything hit $1 billion yet, have we?
We've had Naza 2.
Okay.
But yeah, but nothing... No. Minecraft got...
it's at 950 right
now. Yeah, 950.
Yeah.
Stitch is at 900.
Okay.
We have... I think that... How to Train Your Dragon has gutted it now. I don't think it's getting to a billion, but... It is really impressive, and Stitch is just a huge thing, like worldwide.
Yeah. And
so it was never not gonna make a whole lot of money, but
well, we'll see. I mean, it took 2 months for Minecraft to get to where it is.
Yeah.
And it took Stitch a month.
But so. I think Minecraft didn't have much competition.
It's true.
I think Stitch has a lot of competition now.
Yeah, because we got the July movies in the coming week.
Yeah.
So.
We have a lot more kids stuff happening. All right, your turn.
All right. Well, I guess next we need to talk about Mission Impossible.
Yeah, we do. That's my next one as well.
Is Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning? Is it the last one? I don't know.
Probably not, like in the grand scheme of things. I think he'll probably come back as like an old man and then be kind of a spot of authority. But I think it's the last of this kind of big stunts, all that kind of stuff. Because you had that space movie with McQuarrie. Do you remember that?
Yes, that was
Because they were saying that they were going to film it in space or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's happening. McQuarrie went on to do F1 instead, and I really don't know if that's the priority for Tom Cruise right now because he's doing the Inarritu thing.
Oh, do you mean Kaczynski?
What did I say? McQuarrie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I must have. Because was it McQuarrie or Kaczynski that was doing the?
Kaczynski is Maverick and
Yeah.
F1. And
Was he going to
Oblivion.
do the space movie?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
One of them was doing the space movie. Either one of them would make sense. I think it might have been McQuarrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about mixing those up. That's embarrassing. But you like this movie a lot more than I did.
I think so.
I think that the juice of this one hit you a lot more because this movie is mostly like the first hour is pretty bad. I think most people can agree.
I think most of the movie is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, but I like it, and I'm wowed by 2 sequences in the movie, like way more than I probably should be, and I don't know if I'm just being manipulated or what.
No, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Like they are. They're just some of the best shit you'll ever see. You know?
Exactly, and it's in my top 10 right now, but it probably won't be in like 2 months. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, those 2 sequences are amazing, but the problem with this movie compared to like all the other ones is that that's the only 2 sequences really.
Exactly, yeah.
In Dead Reckoning, they have a shit ton of sequences, like little things that I remember, like the airport and Rome, and the Rome sequence is like 3 different sequences on its own, you know, and you have the running around on the boat they have just a lot of badass juice in that movie, you know.
Yeah. And
then you have the train, you have the big jump or whatever. And this one doesn't really. It's a lot of talking and a lot of setting up stakes that will never, ever matter to people.
Yeah.
It's just like, I can't see a world where they can convince people to care about the stakes of the movie that, like, where a franchise that hasn't really cared about those stakes for 7 movies. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they're going to switch on to that for this last one.
Yeah.
Seems like a big waste of time.
Yeah. It's one of the messiest, like, scripts in a major blockbuster, like, maybe ever. I don't know.
It's crazy that because I didn't really know about the writing process of these movies until this one.
Yeah.
And it's kind of incredible that the writing process worked for the past couple. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
If you don't know, that they build it around the set pieces and shoot a lot of shit and then create it on the fly. And that's insane for such technical movies. Like from a structure point as well as the stunts and all that kind of stuff. It's bizarre. And it's weird because things like Fallout feel so like effortless and all in the right places, you know? Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like a mess. So maybe it's a Joker thing where they thought they could get away with it the second time, you know? They just thought it would come to them and it didn't. It was too much for them. I really don't know. Like you said, this is a fascinating movie. You said that to me after you saw it.
Can I tell you my favorite part of this movie that wasn't a stunt?
Yeah.
So there is a character in this movie played by an actor named Greg Tarzan Davis. He plays a character named Dagus, who is he's in Final Reckoning and Dead Reckoning, and I guess he's in Top Gun Maverick as well. But
I see.
He they go to rescue what is the actress's name? Palm.
Yeah, Paul Clementoff.
Yes, they go to rescue her, and he is like a guard or something escorting her.
Yeah,
and he joins their crew.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time I said, "Who is this guy? I don't remember him. Was he in a previous movie? And why is he here?"
He's barely in because he's in the last movie a lot, but he doesn't have anything to do. He's just the second man to hold.
Exactly, and the entire movie, I'm seeing this character, and I'm like, this guy has nothing to do. Why is he here? And then there was a moment at the end where 2 legacy characters are defusing a bomb in a cave, and his character says, "I have nothing to do."
Yeah, I'll just stay here.
Yeah,
whatever. And there's nothing for me to do.
I was like, this screenplay fucking sucks. What is happening?
It's incredible. That's funny. Do you think that's a little bit of them being like? Do you think they're admitting it there, or do you think do you think they're being funny, or do you think they're just like, this is what that character would say in there because he doesn't have anything to do?
It's probably, I don't think that they know that it's funny.
Yeah.
I think they're probably like, yeah, this character It does have nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I, as an audience member, say, this is true.
Yeah. I think the ending is kind of crazy too, because they play this whole legacy card with it.
Yeah.
And all the people in the street or whatever looking at each other and smiling or whatever, this crew that we spent so much time with. But I think almost every single one of those characters were only in Dead Reckoning except for Benji, except for Simon Pegg. Because they kill off Ving Rhames and they kill off Rebecca Ferguson. So then at that point you've got a bunch of people just from
whatever happened
last
to
movie or this
Jeremy
movie.
Renner's character.
I think he died.
Did he? I can't remember.
I think he died in. I think
he
they might
didn't
have
die
said
in Rogue Nation. If he did, he died in Fallout, or he's just not in Fallout.
he didn't die in Fallout. I know that movie more. So you've recently rewatched Rogue Nation. And
I did, yeah.
They don't mention anything about him because he's in Rogue Nation, right?
Yes, he doesn't die.
I always forget that he's also in Rogue Nation.
He's just in Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation. That's it.
It's so strange. I swear they address it somewhere. They must. That's so weird.
I'm not sure. I haven't really seen a lot of those movies in a long time, but yeah, it's a weird movie that I don't know. Final Reckoning has a moment towards the end that does the same thing as Top Gun, where for a second you're like, oh, did he die?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
This one's more embarrassing than the one
It is.
Top Gun. My mom was like actively pissed. She was like, just kill him.
I was kind of
wanted
hoping
him to
they would
die.
kill him off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was too confusing. Like usually this franchise is like really great, active filmmaking and just got that kind of language down to the point where you know everything's happening, like that physical comedy and the physical kind of awareness of where everything is. And there's a couple times where things just don't work, like the reveal that he's on fire, like the parachute's on fire. For everyone I've talked to, that plays like he's fucked, you know?
Yeah.
And people are very confused, and it feels like the movie is messing something up when he comes back and he's alive. And it's like, did we not see something? But I think the impression is that he was able to land it with the fiery parachute. Or did he have an extra parachute? Either way,
I think
it's
he had an
strange,
extra parachute.
which is weird.
Yeah.
Because they make a whole big deal about the funny bad man saying like, I'm the only one with a parachute.
Mm-hmm.
And then no.
Yeah.
But then he got bisected by the plane. That was sick.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's Final Reckoning.
Yeah,
it's,
dude. It's long as fuck.
It's long as fuck, and it should probably just be 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, dude. All right, I saw The Code.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
This is a movie. It was. I found it on Mubi. It's not a Mubi original or anything, but it's this. They made a big deal about the distribution of this.
Yeah.
And I found a lot of people really like this movie.
Mm-hmm. And you don't like it at all.
I don't like it at all. I gave it 1.5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie by the guy that did Spree. Remember Spree?
I do remember Spree, I believe. Yeah.
The scripture for it on Mubi is super interesting and seemed right up my alley. It's about. It's kind of a. It pitched itself as like a half mockumentary, half regular documentary, half whatever. But it's all a mockumentary about these two insufferable bastards that are during COVID, and they're trying to make a documentary about love within COVID. One of them is the woman is making this documentary, and then the dude is getting very paranoid about how he's being portrayed in it because they've been having some tough times. They're having sexual troubles. This dude is a gooner.
Oh wow.
No, she's the gooner.
She's the gooner.
Yeah,
she's a goonette.
She's yes. She was watching. At one point, they show her screen, and she's watching like CGI animated, like big ass monster cocks porn.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I was confused because I had never like seen it portrayed that a woman is watching the big cock porn of the monsters. I assumed that was mostly for dudes to have power fantasies over. So it was a genuine like story hiccup for me because there's a big thing about them like looking at each other's phones, and I was and like tapping in. They have like an app where you can tap into the feed of the other person's phone. Yeah. And I genuinely was confused for like 10-15 minutes because I thought that the phones were switched, because I was like, well, surely she does not have the CGI monster porn. Surely that's the dude. And it wasn't. And so as he's trying to make his own documentary with like hidden cameras and stuff like that, she's making hers, and then it's this whole whatever. But it's super obvious and obnoxious to me, and it felt like a movie made about our generation that's not by our generation.
Right.
It feels very like there's a lot of shit you can make fun of about our generation and the way that technology is invading our love lives and everything, but this is the most obvious shit and just surface level nonsense. And I don't know. I really found it obnoxious and stupid. And I really didn't like how it was acted. I just really couldn't understand anything about why this would be useful to us as a people or entertaining. I don't know. Maybe it's just like not my sense of humor, and it's close, and so that pisses me off.
Right.
I don't know.
I want to talk about a music video.
Oh, yes. I saw you loved this. Tell me about it.
This is called Turnstile Never Enough. Do you know who Turnstile is?
No.
Okay, so Turnstile is, I don't know, kind of at the forefront of rock music right now.
Really?
Kind of, yeah.
Imagine Dragons is not?
No. I don't know.
They said Free Palestine.
Did they?
Yeah, they had a big Palestine flag, and he was ripped.
He is ripped.
Yeah. He was just in a concert, and he looked fucking great. He had a big Palestine flag, and they weren't playing music. And I was like, this maybe is a good band. If they're not playing music and they're just shirtless and holding a Palestine flag.
Dan Reynolds is an interesting character. I recommend looking him up.
Okay.
Lead singer of that band, ex-Mormon. Very interesting guy. So Turnstile is a hardcore band from Baltimore that got big during the 2010s, and then in 2021 they made an album called Glow On that got nominated for a bunch of Grammys. And that's sellout culture right there. They sold out. So I think it bothers a lot of gatekeepers, you know. But they're a little more than a hardcore band now. They've still got that grit to them a little bit, but they've got some like dream pop influences, and no one else is doing it like them really. And so they have a new album out called Never Enough that I think rocks. And they made music videos to go with each of the songs.
Oh.
And it's all directed by the singer of that band, Brendan Yates, who's done a couple music videos. So he's kind of, I don't know. He's not a filmmaker, but
yeah,
he did like some Paramore music videos a couple of years ago and stuff like that. And I think he has a real eye for it, and I think these videos are lovely. I think they look gorgeous. And
do they have a narrative?
Not really. There's like visual motifs that show up in a lot of them, but it's just like, I don't know. I just went to the theater with a bunch of punks, and we just vibed out.
Where'd you see it, dude?
It was playing at the Cinemark in Ogden.
Oh, badass.
Yeah, I believe there was one in Salt Lake as well. But yeah, it was packed, and we all just hung out and listened to this new album. That was also a movie.
Oh, man.
Lightly a movie. They're not the first people to ever do that or anything. It's not groundbreaking or new to have a music video for every song on your album, but it's not common either. So I think it'd be cool if, I don't know, people did that. They made like a visual album, and you could go watch it in theaters and listen to the music.
It's a good way to get a little pocket of audience, too.
It is, yeah. So...
And I would do that for some of my bands and shit like that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that would do that.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, this was successful for them. Pretty much they sold out all their screens for this.
Nice.
So.
Well, because I was reminded by that thing you were talking about being in a theater with a lot of people that are like your kind of freak, you know? And how kind of rare that is and how wonderful it is. And so that's the reason why a lot of people go to the movies is if it feels like that big of an event where a lot of freaks are going, like it's why you go to Endgame, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's why you go to Barbie or whatever, or the Eras Tour. Because that's a more concentrated form of freak. But we used to have a perfect system where we could get individual like sections of freaks out there and be able to experience that. That's the midnight release, you know? It used to be like if we went and saw the midnight release of 28 years later, we would be with a bunch of freaks that were as excited about it as we are, you know, and knowledgeable and just like living for that. That's the most exciting part of their week, you know? And now that they've gone to making like the entire day of Thursday be an early screening so they can lump that in with the weekend box office or whatever. It's so scattered that you really can't find that unless like we stumble into them, like when we watched The Substance.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday or whatever and it was like not when the awards were happening or whatever, so it was just people that heard about this freak ass film and are going to it on a Tuesday because that's the affordable thing. And then we looked around and we're like, this looks like audience for The Substance should look, you know?
Yeah. Well, with The Substance, it was only playing in one theater in our area for a limited time, so everyone showed up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it has to be something like that to get any sort of like communal feeling with when it comes to movies. You know, I really think it's a mistake. I think they should, because all they're doing is trying to make it so that they have a little bit of a higher number on their box office.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to like murder themselves by thinking of like other opening weekends that they're trying to fight with didn't have that extra day, you know. But I don't think that's worth it for more of a communal feeling. Like if all the freaks that are fine being like pandered to are going to Mithrigan 2.0,
right?
Because they're like, I want to feel good and I would like to watch this funny gay movie, right? That is. I would love to go to an advanced screening of that, like the midnight screening of that, because that feels like a vibe. Much more than I would rather like just see Mithrigan 2.0 on a random Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just something that I'm really sad that went away before I got really into movies.
Yeah.
Because like I remember when the shooting happened for The Dark Knight Rises, and so, but that was. Like, I don't think I had ever been to a midnight screening before then. So all the other ones are just like...
2012, you would have been like 9.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's just a bummer. I was just thinking about that the other day.
Mm. That's it's a lost thing.
Did you ever go to a midnight screening?
No. I've gone to lots of like packed Thursday screenings for big movies though.
Yeah. Force Awakens was a big one that felt like that.
Yeah. Well, I did. I went to No Way Home.
Oh, gotcha.
I did that Thursday screening, and it was impossible to get tickets to that.
So then everyone in there is like that.
Yeah. So I mean, what was happening was I was going out of town for Christmas break, and I was like, I have one day to see this, and it's that Thursday, so I have to get in, or else I'm gonna get spoiled for me. So that was cool, I guess. I don't know. It was crazy in there.
Yeah, so. And those are fun, and I'll always treasure them. And so I just wish we have more access to them, because I don't know if we'll get one this year. Mm-hmm. Can you think of one? Like, I think the preview screenings for Wicked for Good are probably going to be crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Fantastic,
possibly Superman, maybe. Possibly.
If Superman gets rave reviews,
Superman sold a lot of tickets, so it is possible.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, is it your turn or my turn?
I think it's your turn.
Oh yeah, because you talked about music. I actually want to watch that now.
Yeah, it's not available. I don't think it's available.
Really?
Yet. Yes.
Then I won't watch it.
I will let you know if it ever is.
I'll listen to that album.
If you want to listen to the album, you can go ahead and listen to it.
It sounds like kind of my shit, like from what you're describing.
Yeah.
I think I'd be into it.
It's interesting stuff.
I watched Friendship.
Yes, tell me about it.
So we can talk. Yeah. So
I saw this back at South by Southwest for our loyal listeners who may have forgotten.
Right. Yes. And so now I finally got to see it. I've been waiting to watch it with my friends because they're big Tim Robinson people, and I dragged them out to Broadway, and we got pizza, and I had a strange jalapeno beer at the pizza place. It was fascinating. It's jalapeno pear, jalapeno. That was what it was called.
Right.
And then we went, and I kind of built it up a lot in my head because a lot of people were saying like it's a big long sketch, and that it's one of the funnier movies of the last time. But some people are like, no, it's not, and I'm like, well, you're just not in the bag for Timmy, you know?
Yeah.
But the movie is not as funny as I thought it would be, and it's not trying to be super funny for a lot of it. But then I also hear people saying that they were laughing throughout, so I really don't know. I think this is a movie that I'm going to like a lot more when I see it again. Mm-hmm. My friend Jared, he has a hard problem with anxiety-inducing cinema.
Right.
So my dude had his head in his hands for a lot of the movie with his like hat turned down. He couldn't watch. He's such a sympathetic soul.
Yeah.
That he just couldn't. He was just like, fuck, man. But this movie has some great bits. Mm-hmm. They're just it's not as bit heavy as I thought it was going to be.
It's not entirely written by him, and I don't know if I think it's a great use of Paul Rudd, but I don't know if they really let Paul Rudd fly in this movie.
Yeah.
So it
seemed like something where Paul Rudd is a fan of Tim Robinson and wanted to work with him because Paul Rudd has always been this alt comedian kind of guy.
Yeah. Like
he was in Clueless and a bunch of other movies, and then he asked David Wayne to be in Hot American Summer for nothing because he was just like, I love your shit, you know, and that was how they got good any budget at all. So I think he really admires Tim Robinson, probably loves the shit out of him, and wanted to do this just because of that. But yeah, it doesn't feel like something that is using Paul Rudd for anything other than just like that cool at it's like he just seems like the cool neighbor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's the most. There's a tangent on Blank Check where Griffin Newman says that he's not gay at all to another man, and then the gay man that he's talking to is like, if you were to have sex with a man, who would you have sex with? And then he said Paul Rudd, and he's like, that you are straight. That's the straightest answer for who you would want to, fuck if you were. And I feel that way. I feel like that's the place that Paul Rudd has in our culture as like the straight man's answer for that. And so I think that works really well for this movie, and I think it's got a lot of cool ideas and has a mood and a style that I really like. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And some of the jokes didn't land for me, which you said that.
Yes.
And I was like, this bitch, But you were right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would also like it again if I saw it again. Or I'd like it more if I saw it again is what I meant to say. But every time I see like the trailer for it after watching the movie, I'm like, oh, that part was actually pretty funny. Yeah. I'm
doing the same thing. I'm getting edits and stuff like that of it, and I'm like, oh fuck, that was pretty good. But I just wasn't in. And there are a lot of Tim Robinson sketches that are like that. The first time I'm like, I don't know. And then as I start to like think about every little weird thing that he's doing with his performance or whatever, it starts to get magical, Yeah,
exactly.
Your turn, buddy.
All right. I saw Dangerous Animals with my girlfriend.
I just barely saw that.
Yes, you did. This is a shark movie, and I would say it's a better shark movie. We don't get a lot of good shark movies these days.
It's true.
Yeah.
My sister.
That being said, it is like only okay. But,
yes, yes, it is.
But in this grand scheme of shark movies, it's pretty good. It's not the Meg 2, The Trench with Jason Statham.
Yeah, I was actually pretty excited for this movie once I figured out who's directing it.
Oh, yeah?
Because the director of this has directed one other movie that I really love that no one really talks about called The Loved Ones, which is just this like really grimy and fun Aussie horror. And it's one of it's my favorite kind of horror movie, which this one is to a certain extent, which is just kind of this, it feels really, really fun. It's this little thing of like, how do I escape, and the twists and the turns and the now she's got him in this trap or whatever. That kind of, you have it's like this. Both The Loved Ones and this movie have this premise where you get to know this one character, and you're like, I kind of get you like a normal movie. I get you as a character in a normal movie or whatever. And then you have this super charismatic bad guy that's kidnapping this other person and then doing terrible things. And then you have to like find your way out and figure out what's happening on a larger scheme or whatever. I think The Loved Ones is a lot better. It's also written by Sean Byrne, which he did not write Dangerous Animals. Dangerous Animals is just like a spec script. I kind of looked into this movie because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, great poster.
Yeah, great poster. And The Loved Ones is written and directed. It feels like it feels like a clock to me, like a really well done clock. And Dangerous Animals feels like a movie that has a pretty great director and a lot of actors that are going ham. Like Jai Courtney's amazing in this movie.
Yeah,
as there's some parts that feel like not TikTok bait, maybe TikTok bait, maybe Letterboxd bait, like the Baby Shark stuff.
Yeah,
like I could see the Letterboxd review of like Jai Courtney sings Baby Shark in this, like that's like cinema,
Yeah.
And parts of those didn't work for me, and I think the ending, it was a bummer when I figured out this movie wasn't a perfect clock like The Loved Ones is, and some of the stuff is just like fat. But they're the things like, she's on the boat and this dude is coming to save her or whatever, and you're just waiting for that time, and then what's going to happen when that happens? How's he going to subvert it? That stuff is so much fun to me. It's so calming to me.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed this movie, but it's not great.
Yeah. I mean, to the point of the poster that I made earlier, I went to go actually see the Phoenician Scheme with Lucy, and she saw the poster for this and said, I want to see that instead.
That's badass.
And I think that was probably the right move.
It was more fun.
It is more fun. I think she prefers genre over whatever the hell Wes Anderson was up to in that. We'll talk about that movie soon.
Yes, we will.
But no, this movie is about a...
Oh, yeah, sure, probably should say that, huh?
Yeah. It's about a tour guide type of person who kidnaps his people that go on his tours. He does shark cage tours. So that's the basic premise of it. You got a surfer girl who is here, and she's got to get out of the boat.
Yeah, I love a little rom-com just thrown in there. And it's not like Love Hurts, or not Love Hurts. What was the other one? Hard Eyes or anything like that. Yeah. But it's got it's got like 20 minutes of the beginning is rom-com, and I think that's delightful. Think about the effects in this movie.
I don't know. Like, I can't really remember.
Right, you saw this a lot earlier than I did.
I did.
I
Yeah, I
thought
saw
they
it
were
like 3 weeks
pretty
ago.
good, but I didn't know if I was missing something or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I could see it
I
being
mean,
a movie, but I was taken
the
out.
fact that I can't really recall the effects means that it's not bad, and it's also not incredibly great.
Yeah,
so
which is
it
impressive
good.
for a low-budget shark movie. Usually, that's a big problem with low-budget shark movies because they're weird to get because the sharks don't have a lot of life in them, like in their eyes, like normal sharks, and so when they're moving around, if they don't look like they're moving, it's hard to make that look intentional and not like just lazy. You know, I feel like sharks are weird to make in movies.
Yeah.
You hear what they did with Jaws?
I did.
Did you know the shark broke?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. I thought that was gonna be like a cool tangent. All right, my turn then.
Yeah.
I saw Karate Kid Legends, dude.
Oh shit! Tell me about it.
The soundtrack is diabolical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, I'll pull up the whole thing, but they have they have an LCD sound system fight scene. You've seen the trailer?
I have.
You know the thing that they really rely on, where they're in it's like when you're in New York and you're going down an alley or whatever. The alley fight scene where there's the fire escape, like a ladder, and he jumps on the fire escape and then kicks the dude. Mm-hmm. That fight scene is sent to North American Scum by LCD Sound System, which isn't one of the more popular songs. Mm-hmm. And I thought it kind of went hard a little bit, but they do this weird thing with the soundtrack where they'll just like record scratch for like a comedy beat and then keep going. And it really fucked with the vibe. It was a bummer. So I was really going with it because it was like really good, like Jackie Chan stunt choreography. Like it was fun and had that kind of like creative, like John Wicky, like where John Wick comes from, that kind of physical comedy aspect to it. And I was really fucking with it. And they go, and it sucked. But this movie has Benson Boone in it. It's got it has this weird mixture of like really obvious, like the most obvious shit you could do, and then like weird shit that is only there because it like shares the title with what's happening, you know, like super literal song choices. But this is a strange movie. I think no one's talked about it.
Yeah, it didn't do well.
Yeah, and it's a sequel to both Karate Kid, like the original Karate Kid franchise, and the 2010s remake of the Karate Kid, which everyone gave it shit because it wasn't about karate, it was about kung fu. And in this movie, they tie it together because they're like, it's two branches, one tree. So you have to use both of them. They're like, this is intentional, you know?
Yeah. It
was a weird retconning of the franchise that I really didn't think they needed it. I think it could have just been about this kid, which is he's a good actor. I like this kid. He was very fun. And I don't know. It was dumb and fun. It has a really bad pacing problem. But besides that, like, I don't know. I thought it was a lot more delightful than I thought because I think I told you, like, this is one of the films that I have the least interest in seeing.
Yeah.
But then I sat my ass down and, like, the formula worked on me. I really don't give a shit about any of these movies. Mm-hmm. But I liked this kid and he had a crush and I was like, oh, I hope he gets that crush, you know? And there's a bastard guy and I was like, I really want to see you beat the shit out of this bastard guy. And then he did and I was just like, hey, you know?
Yeah.
And then they have a post-credit scene about Cobra Kai and no one in the theater gave a shit. I was like, it's whatever. How many Karate Kid movies has there been? I want you to guess. I want you to see if you could do it.
This is either the fourth or the fifth one, right?
Try to count them out in your head.
Well, there's the first one, there's the second one.
Yeah, part 2.
And there's a third one, right?
Part 3.
And then there's the one with Jaden Smith. And there's a new one.
There's one you're missing, so there's 6. Oh. You're missing one between Jaden Smith and part 3. It's called The Next Karate Kid. He trains a lady.
Yes. I remember selling the 4-pack of this back at the source. Yes.
Beautiful. So this is the 6th Karate Kid movie, which is insane to me. And it's just there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think it probably is going to make its money back. It's kind of not a huge budget, but definitely not anything like what they wanted it to be, I think. Your turn.
All right, we'll talk about the Phoenician Scheme.
Yes, sir.
We went and saw this together. This is the 12th Wes Anderson film, and I believe is considered the final part of his like existential crisis trilogy.
Yeah, you think so?
Going on. I've seen a lot of people say that. So
you think he's doing all right now?
I don't know. We'll see what his next movie is like. So this is a movie about a businessman who is kind of a scumbag, and his daughter, and his daughter is like a nun. She's the heir to all of his business and his wealth, I guess. Even though he has a bunch of sons, he says no.
Yeah, no.
He's choosing this woman.
They shoot a crossbow.
And so he's trying to make his sort of, what do we call it? The Brutalist Community Center.
Yeah, the Brutalist Community Center.
Yeah, he's making this big facility, this dam, and all this stuff that goes with it, and he's trying to get the money for it, and so he has to go talk to all these people. You got a large cast of your who's in this? Tom Hanks is in this. Bryan Cranston's in this. Scarlett Johansson's in this.
Michael Cera.
And Jeffrey Wright's in this, and yeah, Michael Cera's there too, and he's a tutor, but he's actually a spy, spoiling this movie. And there's a moment in this where he takes off his glasses and he becomes hot.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, everyone's talking about that.
He did become hot.
Yeah. So that is the basic premise of this movie, and I feel that it is another movie about family for him, kind of in the lineage of Life Aquatic or Darjeeling, but this time maybe it's less resentment. Like in the past, it's always been resentment towards older people in his life, like Tenenbaums is like that. And this to me is more like him worrying about his relationship with his daughter in real life.
Yeah.
And so that's cool. It's cool to see kind of a subversion of that and how he has changed as a person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We were, me and my friend Cooper, we were talking.
That's me.
We were talking about this movie at In and Out after, and I think my friend Cooper came to something, like a realization that I thought was very insightful. Which, do you remember the thing that I'm saying?
I said a lot of things about it.
Yeah. I think that because we were talking about why he is not like a modern film bro person.
Yeah.
That he is kind of lost relevance with a lot of people.
I mean, his hits are still hits. People still love Tenenbaums. Fantastic Mr. Fox is important. Grand Budapest Hotel is still important. But
they're not going to the theaters to see it.
They're not.
The
Yeah.
ones.
Like, I haven't heard much about the Phoenician Scheme. I got to be honest, I wasn't even really excited to see it. I was just like, new Wes Anderson, yeah, I'll go see it.
Yeah.
But like, in 2021, when French Dispatch came out, I pretty much like cleared my entire week for that movie to come out. Yeah. And so I don't know. I do feel like he's fallen out of fashion a little bit. People still like him and still respect him. Obviously, he's Wes Anderson.
But the reason you said, well, we were thinking was that he's kind of in conversation with himself and nothing else. He doesn't really feel in conversation with the world at large or culture at large. I think that's a big reason why people aren't interested in him or interested to see it as it's coming out. I don't know. I think that's the reason why people are really annoyed by him, because they feel like he's just doing the same thing over and over again. I think a big reason for that is that he's not talking with culture and doing versions of things that we've heard of or reactions to things. It kind of just is in his own little world, and I think that's kind of limiting. Yeah,
it could be. And I mean, I have heard arguments that the character in this that Benicio del Toro plays is a Trump figure. I have heard that read on it. So I don't know. At the same time, though, you could make the argument that people should go see this because it is an escape from reality, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he is thinking about wealthy people and what they do with their money and the good that they could do and choose not to, and the relations with like governments and shit like that. But it doesn't feel very specific. It doesn't feel very mean. And because I was looking at it through that lens, and so I was pretty bored. But then you looked at it as him as Wes Anderson, and Mia as his daughter or whatever, and I like that read a lot better, of this guy who's trying desperately to make something and then trying to figure out why he's so distant with his daughter. And I don't think he is. I mean, I don't know his relationship with his daughter. I looked it up. She's like was born in 2016, so she's young. But I don't really know, but I could see him being worried about that. I think that's it. I think he's worried about the future.
Yeah. And
he's such a precise
a lot of guy. His more recent movies haven't been a lot of fun. They're not Grand Budapest Hotel. They're not Moonrise Kingdom. He's been very, I don't know. He's doing the same thing visually, I guess, but he's been kind of challenging with how he's doing what he's doing in terms of what he has to say. Because like French Dispatch is this story within a story within a story. Same thing with Asteroid City. This isn't really like that, but he's doing complicated things that I think are confusing people, and they're not. I don't know, really taking the time to think about it in any real way. But I don't know. Yeah, that's Phoenician Scheme. Yeah, man. It's a strange picture. I wonder how it's going to age for me. I kind of have forgotten it. Yeah? Yeah. I don't know. There's things in it that I really liked, but it just wasn't an interesting subject matter for me. And so then I just really didn't follow a good time. I get that for sure. I mean, it's definitely weaker Wes Anderson, and I think that seems to be the consensus agreement that this is like on his bottom end of the register. So. Yeah. I saw Fear Street Prom Queen. Oh God. Tell me about it.
This is so they made these. Was it 21 when they made the original trilogy, or 22? I don't remember.
It was one of those years.
Netflix released 3 films in a trilogy based off of R.L. Stein's like more teenager-focused series called Fear Street, and they released a movie a week, and they were set in different time periods, and they all were gay. They had it was like this character that had like ancestors that were all played by the same actress, I believe, and were all under a similar curse, and we're all gay, and the queer community has really loved this franchise, and it's become kind of a classic for our generation and younger, which I really didn't see coming, because I watched them and I thought they were like okay. They're a little bit of that kind of metatextual like winky winky horror that I really have not fucked with since like Happy Death Day.
Yeah,
and some of them are really deranged, and which I really appreciated. The 70s one, I believe, is the most deranged and has a lot of like kids dying and stuff like that. But it's also like really just too clean and too polished and too cute. I really didn't fuck with a lot of it, but a lot of people, it means a lot to a lot of people, and it did feel like original in some way. So I was excited to see that they were coming back, because I wanted this to be, I would love to have another horror franchise and something that's an anthology, like set in different time periods. That could be fun to have. But this is the first one directed by a straight man, I believe, and you can kind of tell it's written by that as well. It doesn't have a good idea of how to do camp in the way that people were interested in it in the last one. This is more of just a traditional, like, if they were to continue to make like bad slashers from the 80s, it doesn't have the fun and the grit and the grime of those movies, and so it just feels kind of soulless, and it's all the kills are pretty weak and CGI blood, which is really a bummer, especially in this movie. And because if it had good gore, then like people have forgiven a lot worse movies for that, you know? I would be all on board if this was a shitty movie with some great gore that is just like fun bad, you know? I would love that. I would welcome that with open arms, because people are so afraid to make horror movies that are just that nowadays. And I don't know, man. It's really tough. It's a Scream type of movie where you're trying to guess who the killer is, and it was a real bummer.
Yeah.
No good, bro.
Sounds like it.
And it's been roundly rejected by everyone.
I've seen that, yeah.
The kids are mad at this one. I don't know if they can save it. So it'll be, yeah. Your turn, buddy.
All right, I'm going to talk about a movie called Predator Killer of Killers. Have you heard of this movie?
I sure have. I'm so pissed. One of my friends is gone on vacation, so we can't watch it because it's like so up their alley.
Yeah. And
it's supposed to be pretty good, and so then I'm like, fuck.
As it stands, it's got a 3.8 on Letterboxd, and it's like the highest rated Predator movie. So, it's directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who did Trachtenberg.
One of those, yeah.
Goofy last name. He did 10 Cloverfield Lane, but he also did Prey from a few years ago.
Yes, sir.
Which is a solid movie.
Yeah, I think so too. It wasn't as good as everyone said, I thought. I was really excited to be like fucking masterpiece, but yeah. It was fun though. It was really fun.
I wrote an article for this at utah.film. You can check it out if you want. But this is an anthology, animated. It looks really good, I would say. Yeah. And it takes the Predator to different time periods. Would you like me to tell you the time periods, or would you rather that be a surprise?
I think I know, because it's like old Japan, feudal Japan, right?
It's ninja samurai Japan.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's rad. It's my favorite section of the movie.
And Vikings. And what's the other one?
World War II.
Of course, World War II. That's so sick.
Yeah, and the World War II one's probably maybe the weakest of the three, I would say. There is a fourth section, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Yes, sir.
And but the ninja one is rad. I was bummed out when the Predator showed up. That's how good it was.
Really?
Yeah, it's like completely silent, like nobody's talking, and it's just these two brothers duking it out, and it looks awesome. And I was like, I kind of am more interested in this narrative than a Predator showing up.
That's so sick.
But no, it's super cool. One of my favorites of the year so far. It looks awesome. Nobody's talking about it. But
seems weird.
He has another Predator movie coming out later this year, yes, Badlands, which is another subversion of what we're used to with that franchise.
I think the cool kids are going to be like, yeah, Badlands was good, but the real best movie.
This movie that was dumped on Hulu in June.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, real good.
I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, it's a cool movie for sure. It's pretty flawed, I would say, definitely. You know, it's an anthology, so what do you expect? And especially that World War II one, and the final part of the movie. But yeah, I highly recommend this, and I hope people check it out. Oh, and it's clear that this guy knows what he's doing with this IP.
I'm going to kill my friend Jackson because he's keeping me from watching this with my friends as well as watching 28 Years. And
you mean 28 Strokes Later?
28 Strokes Later, yeah. 28 Inches Later. My God, I just want to talk for you a little bit about that movie because I just got to get it out because it's really the worst thing in my life right now is not being able to see that movie because I see that it has a 95% Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. Then in quick succession, it comes out and the audience score is 65. Mm-hmm. And I say, holy shit, I must see it. I hear it's got crazy shit in it. I won't tell you things I've heard just because like I think you should go in as blind as you can. And I am only learning about these things through like a lack of willpower. And I haven't heard too much and really, really trying. It's really hard because it sounds like it could be like my favorite shit. Yeah. In a minute. Like it's just this amalgamation of things that I'm hearing are like it's so sweet to my ears. I'm so excited. Why haven't you seen it yet, buddy?
It's only Sunday.
Yeah, I guess you're right. When do you think you're going to see it?
I don't know. I don't know if my dad wants to see it. I think he's shown interest in this movie. I don't really go to the movies with my parents, as I've talked about before. Yeah. But it's got a killer trailer. I'm kind of hearing that maybe he shouldn't see this movie.
I've heard it's very divisive.
And I'm wondering because I think it's definitely for the art house heads. Not I don't know if that's the right phrase to use, but so I don't know if he'll like it, and I don't want to take him. I don't want him to waste his money. You know. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe watch it and then see if it's if it's for him. You know.
I don't have a huge relationship with this franchise, so it's not something that I'm like the trailer looks good. It looks good. The movie looks good, but it's not something that I'm like jumping out of my seat for. You know.
You're not a Boyle head. You're not you're kind of a Garland head.
I would say I'm more of a Garland head than a Boyle head.
Right. I think that's fair. And then because there are a couple movies this week that I've looked at your score for and you gave it a 3 and I'm like, that's rude. I think one of them is Lilo and Stitch. Another one was it 28 Days Later that you gave
I believe 3? It is, yeah.
It's bizarre to me. And then
hey, I saw it 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
What's your rating for Climax?
You're right.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
And then another one's coming up. I don't remember what it was, but it'll come up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, The Matrix.
Oh yeah.
The fuck? All right, dude. All right. My next one is Ballerina from the World of John Wick: Ballerina. So this is 3.5, John Wick 3.5. It takes place after and during Parabellum. This has been notorious for being reshot to hell by a different director because the main guy, Les Wiseman, is known as a fucking dork that I want to punch him in his penis. He's the director of the RoboCop remake, Total Recall remake, sorry, and then Underworld, Live Free or Die Hard. It's just pretty incredible that they gave this guy the reins, and then even more so incredible that they were surprised that they got kind of a turgid like nothing, you know? Yeah. And so then they got their boy, Chaz Stahelski, to come on in and reshoot the hell out of it. And you can definitely see it. It definitely feels like it's stitched together. It's got some good shit in it, but it was mostly kind of boring. I don't know. Like, it's fine. Like, it's just... At this point, the John Wick franchise just exists for my friends to have in a little folder and then pull up scenes that they like, you know? Yeah. And this gives them a couple extra scenes. But, I don't know. They don't really let De Armas cook, and other people like Angelica Houston and Ian McShane look like they are being held at gunpoint when they're shooting their scenes. It's not awesome. Didn't make any money. We probably won't get the Donnie Yen movie that they're talking about.
I saw The Life of Chuck.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I saw Life of Chuck.
That's my next one too, I think.
Oh, all right. Well, we can talk about it.
Let's do it, buddy.
All right. This is the new movie from Mike Flanagan, the horror director. This is not really a horror movie.
I'm a Mike fan of him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you come up with that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I'll write that down.
Okay. Mike fan of him. I'll add that to my review.
Yeah, so this is a Stephen King adaptation, but it's more like, I guess, in the Stand By Me, Shawshank Redemption sort of area.
Yeah.
And it follows. It's like 3 parts, and it plays in reverse order. So you got Act 3 is Act 1, Act 2 is Act 2, and then Act 1 is Act 3. It's I don't know. It makes it hard to talk about.
It sure does.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna keep doing it because when I saw you when we were watching Phoenician Scheme, we had a deep talk about life and our relationships to ourselves and our motivation and all this kind of shit. And you were like, I'll probably go see one of a couple movies.
Yeah.
You know, and he said Life of Chuck, and I was like, that could hit you. This could be a good time to see the Chuckster. And what did I see?
Yeah,
what did I see the
right
next
now?
day?
It is my favorite movie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It probably won't be in a few months, I imagine. Maybe it will be. I don't know. But it is flawed. I'm not gonna act like it isn't.
Yeah.
You know, but it did reach me in a way that nothing else this year really has.
Mm-hmm. That was a big part of me watching it, is being aware of that. Like, I was watching and I was like, if you were in the right spot, this movie is going to hit you. If it's not, it's just going to miss. And I was kind of sad that I was not super struck by it. I was struck by one moment, and we can talk about that. I was very happy to see that it hit you. Like, I think it's like as good of a movie as you think it is, but it just didn't hit me, so then it's not as powerful. Like,
I had that realization about halfway through that I was like, this probably isn't going to, like, if you're not in the right headspace, it's not going to work as well.
I think that was me. I was just in the wrong headspace.
Yeah, or, you know, as you were saying, that, you know, it won't hit everybody if you're not in that spot emotionally, you know. And so I get people that don't like this movie or find it mediocre or whatever, you know.
Well, why did it hit for you, you think? What were some things you liked about it?
Well, what's your favorite part?
My favorite part.
Yeah, what's your favorite section of the 3?
The first?
Yeah, the first.
Yeah.
Like the first moment, like.
So the first act is my favorite act. I was the most interested in the first act.
The young boy.
No.
Okay, so Act 3.
Oh, sorry, Act 3.
Yeah.
Yes, the first
Okay.
sequentially.
The contemporary stuff.
Contemporary stuff.
Yeah.
The freak ass blue Tom Hiddleston stuff.
That is my favorite part of it as well.
Hell yeah.
And that got me feeling very anxious in a way that I don't know. Not a lot of movies are able to make me feel anxious like that.
Mm-hmm.
And where I was just kind of like, what the hell's happening? And I would love to have spent more time with that.
Me too. It's a very realistic depiction of an apocalypse.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it felt like something that I could see happening. You know?
Exactly, yeah. And I was like, I don't know if I've seen anything recent come out that's like talking about this in this way.
Hmm?
And you got just like Matthew Lillard showing up, just doing a home run performance,
Yeah.
you know. And it rips. I love that first part, and the next 2 parts are good, not as good in my opinion, but
yeah. I mean, it's a short story that's based on, and when it comes to the movie, I feel like it having like it making you want more. The first half is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they do the same thing for the other chunks too. They're very different, all of them.
Yeah.
Even just like pacing wise, and I think that can like shake you up in a way that can make you receptive for like the final blows that it gives you. So I really do like how it is structured, and I just really couldn't get out of the like it's kind of Book of Henry coded a little bit.
Yeah.
It's very sentimental, and it's really trying.
Mm-hmm.
And so if, like we said, if it's not hitting you, it's going to seem kind of obnoxious.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel obnoxious to me because I always loved what he was doing, and I knew where Mike Flanagan is coming from, you know, as an artist. And so, and the weirdness of it and kind of the dark elements of it really help it from feeling just like 80s fluff or whatever, like Spielberg wannabe fluff.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the stuff with the calendar.
Yeah.
And I really liked. I have some questions about I think the biggest problem with this movie is that it leaves you with questions, and a lot of movies, if they hit for me, I really want to figure them out. And this one, I had questions and I didn't really look into them.
Yeah.
Could I ask you a question?
I'm sure.
So the actors, the people in the third act
Mm-hmm.
show up in the first act as well. Even though Chuck he's a little baby, and we've seen him be an adult, but he's contemporary with the hot teacher.
Yeah.
How does that work? What do you think they're So the
I just think it's, I don't know, supposed to be dreamlike, I guess.
yeah.
You know, I kept thinking of like, I don't know, Kaufman throughout this, that sort of thing. I compared it to I'm thinking of Ending Things, which kind of has similar things going on like that. So that's, I don't know, that's kind of what it made me think of.
Interesting.
Just things like that. You were talking about it being sentimental, and it definitely is, and I like that because I think any other, I mean, I guess this is more of a Stephen King thing, not really a Mike Flanagan thing, but any other screenwriter would have just made this incredibly pessimistic, you know, and it's not. I don't know. Only the first part is.
Yeah.
But like, it's just habit for us to do that, and I think that is kind of, I don't know, a bit of, I don't know if I want to say an achievement, but something worth noting that it's able to stay kind of earnest and hopeful by the end of it.
Yeah.
So
I think it's more bold than
it is, exactly. And I just, anybody else would have just made it so bleak, and it's not that, and I appreciate that a lot, you know.
Because it would be scary as a filmmaker to make this piece of art or whatever that's very personal to you, and then have it be just like, oh, so live in the moment, that kind of thing. Like that's your answer. And those things, like live in the moment or treat every day like it's your last or whatever, we've heard them since day one. But there's very powerful ideas that if you can be convinced of in that moment, then it can be the kind of thing that you call life changing. Even though you've heard that so many times before, if it's put in context and it's shown to you, it can be really powerful. So I think that's what the movie's working with, and the fact that it is working for a good chunk of people means that it's like an outright success for me.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about anything else with The Life of Chuck?
The narration is the worst part of the movie. Get rid of it.
Oh, I forgot about the narration. Oh yeah, Nick Offerman. Right. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. There was this one moment that I said was going to be in my Aiden canon. Oh yes, yeah. It's when little Tremblay kid, Tremblay Chuck.
He's really good.
Yeah, he is really good. When he is stressed out in the dance, and then he goes outside.
Yeah.
And then he looks up in the sky, and he sees a little shooting star or whatever. And then he looks around to see if anyone else saw it, and then no one else saw it. And then he just kind of smiles about that, and then he goes back in. And he never tells anybody about that. Just a little moment that's just for him, and like no one else saw it. But that's the first thing you think of when he sees something amazing, and you just look around to see if anyone else saw it. I thought that was really like cool, something I never saw before, and it's just a little moment that I really liked. And the movie has a lot of those kinds of things. It's just trying to make you be like, life is worth living, and so it's giving you examples of that, and a lot of them work for me. I watched The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie.
Hell yeah.
I did a double. I watched 2 movies in the flight to when I went to Louisiana, and that's kind of a short flight. It's only like 3 hours, so it was an impressive act on my part. I watched Paris is Burning, and then I watched this because Paris is Burning is like an hour long, and The Day the Earth Blew Up is like an hour 30. So I managed it. This is a film that is the little sibling of Coyote v. Acme, another Looney Tunes film that was made by Warner Brothers and then dropped from Warner Brothers. But this one was like immediately sold off to catch up, and the Coyote v. Acme took a long time to get because it's just a lot higher budget. But this is only Looney Tunes animated film that's not like live action animated to be released, which is strange. And it's just about Porky and Daffy, and it's just a really good like kids movie. It's just like as if they've been making Looney Tunes movies for a long time, and this is just one of them. It felt like it feels like old Looney Tunes, and it works like old Looney Tunes, but it's nothing revolutionary, and it kind of has a basic like plot line and ideas, but it's just really well done. And if you're really into Looney Tunes, this is going to be your shit. It's got the kind of edge that Looney Tunes has, but it's not crazy. Cool. I'd recommend it if you like Looney Tunes or animation as a whole, but it's not transcendent like I think other people feel. Your turn.
All right, this is my last one, and then I think you have 2 more, right?
Let me see how many I have. 1. Yeah, I think so. 1, 2.
You have 2.
3. Well, yeah, we're not talking about Elio, so 2.
Okay. All right, I saw Materialists with my girlfriend the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it is a bizarre movie.
Yeah, man.
That's what I gotta say about it.
Because you're in the bag for song.
I am. Past Lives, as I've said, is my favorite movie of the decade. And this is not my favorite movie of the decade,
yeah?
for sure.
Yeah, of course. It's your second favorite movie of the decade.
You're right. You're so right. No, it's not.
So just because he didn't pass the ruler on the side of the movie, their ad. You seen that?
No, I haven't.
So the promotional thing that they're doing for Materialists is like right by the theater. They have a big cardboard standee where you can measure your height, measure your date's height.
Yes, height is a big part of this movie, and it is more valuable to men than money. That is what I will say.
Oh, really?
Yes. You haven't seen this yet.
No, I'm really excited to because I've heard it's weird.
I'm not gonna say any more about the height.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've actually heard there's a surgery.
Damn it.
I know.
Damn, he knows, guys.
I kind of heard it in general, so then when you said that there was height, I was like, so that one is not a joke. That's crazy.
I'm still not gonna say anything more about it because it's really funny.
All right. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So what parts hit for you? What tone hit for you? Or did it not hit at all? Like any of the tone?
I would say I like the movie. I think Lucy liked it more than me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The main character's name is Lucy in the movie.
Hey,
Did you know
now.
that? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna give you points in Lucy's eyes.
I guess.
I mean, if a character's name is Aiden in a movie, I'm probably gonna give it an extra star just because I'm like I'm in it, you know.
Trap was a tough day for me.
Oh, I'm sure it was. But you are that guy, dude.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see you being a dad that's also a serial killer.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, he's a hot, cool serial killer, so that's a compliment, dude.
All right.
And he was a good dad, too.
I guess he was all right. He took his daughter to a concert.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dakota Johnson's not very good in this, but I would say Chris Evans is good. So
how about Pedro?
Pedro's all right. They kind of forget about him at one point.
Is he like, so he's kind of the same in Gladiator 2 then? Or he's just kind of, he's not in it as much as you think, and you kind of forget about him sometimes. But then when he's in there, you're like, yeah, he's all right. He's good.
Yeah, he's all right. He's doing what he needs to do. I wasn't blown away by him or anything, but it's interesting. There's a B plot in this that's very odd. Again, I can't bring up because it's a big spoiler, but I need you to see this. Like, it's really a movie you can only talk about if you've seen it. So we might have to have another conversation about Materialists at some point.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, man. It's a weird script.
I might see it tonight, or I'll see it on Tuesday or something like that, because I'm seeing Jurassic World with you tomorrow.
Oh, that's true. We have an early tickets.
Mm-hmm. Look at us.
What if it's not Jurassic World?
That would be really funny, but it seems to be all but confirmed by everyone.
How do you figure that out?
Well, okay. So there's a new epidemic over the past year, 2 years. Like, it's gotten bigger, but I think it started 2 years ago. And it's this secret movie that they'll have. They have different versions for every chain. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're different. Most of the times they're the same. It's a promotional thing that studios do to get the word out beforehand, where they'll say you can pay $6, and on a Monday you can go to see a secret movie. All they give you is the kind of amount of time that the movie is close to the runtime, because they don't want to give the exact runtime because then it'd be too obvious. Yeah. And they tell you what the rating is. And so there are a bunch of dorks on Reddit that have devoted their lives to figuring out what these movies are.
What's this subreddit called? r/Gooners?
No, not r/Gooners. It's called, I've actually been looking into r/Small Dick Problems. Oh, yeah? It's actually a really good subreddit.
Oh, cool.
And sometimes the guys from r/Big Dick Problems will come in and fuck with them. It's awesome. And then sometimes there's a lady that'll come in and be like, how do I softly reject someone that has a small dick? And they're like, fuck you, die, burn, see this, man, this is what we're up against. Never mind. It is, so I'm on
That's
AMC
that's material shit right there.
Yeah? Male loneliness epidemic, dude. Mm-hmm. The biggest problem in our nation. I'm on AMC A-List subreddit. Yeah. And they have a little pinned conversation about the monthly thing, and sometimes it's bi-monthly. Sometimes they have a scream unseen, because there's screen obscene and then there's a scream unseen. Yeah. And people are in the comments being like, okay, so we have this movie that's coming out, we have Brideheart coming out, and that's R, and it's not a horror movie. But then there's also Life of Chuck is R, not a horror movie, so it could be either one of those. There's stuff like that. And then sometimes the mods will come in and be like, it's been confirmed for this movie, and people are like, how do you know? And they're like, we're not allowed to say our sources. So they have some insiders that will leak it, and apparently the word is on this one that they weren't being super cautious with it, because sometimes they'll say when they send it over to a movie, it's just secret movie, title hidden or whatever, and so you have to go in and like play it to see it, and then at that point it's usually right before the movie happens, so it's harder to sort of leak. Sometimes people will hear like this is a Neon movie, so they'll like be like, oh, it's the Life of Chuck or whatever, or it's an A24 movie, so it's Materialists. But this time it says on some of them like Jurassic World, and so this one is all but a done deal. So then I tell my friend Cooper.
Right.
So I just be keeping my eye on this. So we're gonna go see that tomorrow. But Materialist is very high on my profile, but Leo was even more so. I just am fascinated with Pixar, so I want to see where we were at with Pixar, and we'll talk about that later.
Yes, we will. I don't know if I don't really have a ton to say about Materialists at this
because I gotta see it
at this time. So we're gonna save that one for later. I will say that I am generally positive on it, even though I think I'll probably never watch it again, and it's a weird movie.
Yeah, I'm glad she's trying shit though. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah,
but also it would have been nice to get a regular rom-com too, like a really good rom-com.
I think the advertising again. We got to figure out what we're doing with advertising because this movie shot itself in the foot.
I agree.
So
we'll talk about it with Elio as well.
Yeah.
I saw How to Train Your Dragon, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it in the movie aroundy seats in 3D. The movie aroundy seats were not going crazy. Apparently, my girlfriend said that she went and saw the Chicken Jockey movie in the movie aroundy seats, and it was a lot better there. So I might have just gotten some bad seats, but I was really excited to be swooping around with my friends, Toothless and Hiccup. But this is a fascinating movie. I've also been interested in this for a long time because it's the first remake of an animated movie that is based off of something that was already trying to replicate the look of live action movies. Mm-hmm. Like they had Roger Deakins on as a cinematographer, like on the movie, like a visual consultant, and it was already trying to mimic like real lenses and trying to be as realistic as possible. So the jump from that to live action is a lot smaller than it is from a really cartoony movie that's all flippy floppity rubber hose kind of shit to a live action. And so I was really interested to see how they do it and what it would be like. Would it be like Psycho or whatever? Would it be like a remaster or whatever? And the answer really is it's the Star Wars special editions, you know?
Yeah.
Where this is because it's directed by the same guy, and one of the same guys, Chris Sanders, is not back, and it just feels like the man's been living with that movie and the legacy and the franchise for so long that he thinks of little things that he can fix, and some of them are good and some of them are bad and some of them are useless, just like the special editions, I think. And I had recently watched it, so I was very aware of everything that he changed and the little things, and some of them are so strange and some of them are much better changes, like they really add to it. But I think the big thing it fucks up is Toothless, where I forgot how as that franchise goes along they make Toothless a lot cutesier. There's a ratio with Toothless. There's cat, dog, horse. Mm-hmm. And in the first movie, I think it's a really wonderful balance that they strike, where the cat is more prominent in the beginning, where he's kind of a scary little creature, and it's kind of the vibe of like I don't give a fuck, and I might murder you. And I think that's very important for the movie. And I think this movie is very quick to make him really cute. And a lot of the changes that they make with the audio cues as well as like visually are to make him seem a lot less threatening at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And I think that neuters the movie quite a bit. It makes him a lot less realistic. He's very much more in the cartoony puppy dog way that they go throughout the franchise and putting it back in the first one. And I think that's a big bummer. And really takes down a lot of the stakes as well as like the weird kind of emotional whiplash of some of the scenes. And so I don't know. I do think like this soundtrack is amazing, and I think it's one of the better remakes, but it always just feels like a waste of money, even though this is the first remake to be cost less than the original, mm-hmm. which I think is interesting. I think it's just mostly that they didn't use a lot of voice actors in it, like famous people, because they're all mostly kids.
Yeah.
But Gerard Butler, man,
I hear he's good.
He's fucking amazing. I would recommend it to you just for Gerard Butler because he's having so much fucking fun, and he is. You're never gonna see him like turned up this high in anything else. He's incredible, and he's got the big ass beard, and he's just killing it. It seems like it was the best day of his life. Is what it looks like when he's fucking laying it on thick. It's awesome. and people love this movie, and I think that's disgusting. I think it's so. We kind of talked. I think I talked about this with you. This weird feeling of everyone getting so mad at things on the internet, but not putting money where their mouth is, and changing their minds and their hearts. They're so easily manipulated, but they're not aware of that, so they keep doing it. And if you're bitching so hard about Snow White and about How to Train Your Dragon and stuff like that, then it makes no sense to support it and go see it and to have all this praise and stuff like that, and then be surprised when another thing gets announced. It's fine. You're not. It pisses me off, and the fact that this movie worked is really bad news. But it's also one of the more worthwhile remakes that I've seen. I don't know. It made me happy, but at what cost? And only for a little bit of the movie. I don't know. And then I got attacked afterwards. My car got attacked. I came out and they had my car was covered in shit. And we're like, what the fuck is that? My car? And then they had a bunch of Jesus will save you things all around in every single window. And then they had a little like cardboard, like how they have the Burger King crowns. They had one of those for like Hiccup's hat, and they put it on the top like antenna. And then they had the windshield wipers like pulled up, and then they had a poster of Lilo and Stitch and Elio also on it. We think that it because my parents, they have a electric car, like an old Nissan Leaf, and maybe they thought I was too woke, and then they put a lot of Jesus will save you things in me, because it was a very crowded parking lot and no one else got it. It was just me, and there were like 20 of them. And we think that maybe they're two separate parties. One of the Jesus people, and then some people came and thought it was funny, and then they put on the stuff they got from the theater.
See, I combat the missionaries better than you do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I really wish I could have seen them, and then I could have put them onto our podcast as well. What if we get a fully missionary listening base? What if that's our pitch? We pitch it to missionaries so they get to experience culture vicariously.
It's true, yeah.
Well, that's cool. So you got any other ones?
Nope, I think that's all for new releases. Tell me about EFIS, though.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about EFIS. EFIS is a wonderful film. I saw it with my daddy, and it was a perfect movie to see with my daddy, because it is about a bunch of old fuckers that are like from like age 40 to age like 70. The older people are like, there's an older man who is off on the sides. He's taking score, but it's just a bunch of people's dads going and playing softball in New England. And this is the last time they're able to play on this field, because it's going to get turned into a school. And they've been here for a long time, and they're just playing their game, and they're not great, and they have a couple beers, and they're very upset, but they don't want to talk about it, and they're just giving each other shit, and it's just got some of the best like sense of space that you can in a movie. It's just really, really pretty, and it's just all focused. It's kind of Malikian in some parts, where it's so focused on little details and just the atmosphere and the mood of it all, and it's very specific, but it also makes a pitch for it being a lot bigger than it is, a lot more about like just basic human emotions, as well as just like a feeling that is like kind of unique to America, and unique to these kinds of older men. And I have a dad that would play a lot of these kinds of games, and I would go to a lot of them, and so it really did feel true and unique. And it's also a weirder movie than you'd think. It makes a lot of interesting choices that I feel like really, I don't know, they really got me like emotionally in ways that a lot of movies haven't been able to, because it's a little stranger, and it's got a little bit of that Dazed and Confused or Everybody Wants Some energy, but a lot more somber, but in a way that I haven't really seen before. I really liked it. I'd recommend it, sir.
All right. I really want to see that one.
Do it, dude. I just rented it, and it was awesome. It was good stuff, dude.
It's about the baseball players losing their land.
Yeah.
Does that kind of sound like what's happening with Mike Lee in Utah right now?
I think it does.
Oh my God.
Fucking hey.
Wow.
EFIS is about that shit, dude. Dude, you heard about Iran, dude?
Yeah.
Bummer, dude.
This is going to be a political podcast by the end of the year, actually.
Yeah, it might be, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be like 1940s American movies, like early 1940s American movies, where like nobody gave a shit about movies because they were all focused on
Not dying.
Yeah, not dying and going to war, and it's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna have boots on the ground, dude? Do you think me and you are gonna be on the ground fighting for our country?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, like draft? Are you talking like a draft?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, because Barron Trump could get drafted.
Oh, that'd be bummer.
He's 18. Not that I think that would happen, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it'd be a really bad idea to draft our generation because we don't take anything seriously. You
Yeah.
know? Could you imagine if like you, me, and Adam got drafted? We'd just be like
fucking around,
you know, and
or we'd get beat to shit and whipped into shape.
maybe I
And
don't
just
know.
be really sad.
Yeah.
And especially because our generation, it's a war that our generation is very against.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they'll get a lot of great soldiers out of us.
Exactly.
Bummer, dude.
Yep. Anything you want to shout out?
Sure, I'll talk about Deja Vu.
Okay.
This movie kicks ass. I watched a shit ton of New Orleans movies while I was in New Orleans. I made it a habit, like every night I would watch one
Because
or
there's
two.
nothing to do there during the night unless you go to bars.
Yes, and I was with my family, so that was not the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just run through them.
Let's review New Orleans.
Okay, yeah,
We
let's
both
review
went to New Orleans about a week apart.
Mm-hmm. I went for a little longer than you did. You kind of just you stopped by, right? How long were you in there?
For about 3 or 4 days.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
I thought you were only there passing by.
Nope.
Wow. So yeah, let's talk about it. What did you do?
We walked around and we didn't go on any cemetery tours because they were either closed or expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And we ate some food, and some of the food was good and some of it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And I like to go to record stores. Didn't have a ton of record stores there that I fucked with. We went to a jazz museum. That was all right. I like jazz. We went on a swamp tour.
Yeah.
That was rad. We actually had fun on that. But
Kayaks?
we did not go kayaking, no. Yeah, and that's what we did. And we walked around, and then we just sat in the hotel at night because it's weird there. And I don't know. We didn't really like the city very much, though. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, we were talking about this. Bad reviews from us, I would say. I had... It was just such a complicated place because it has so much history, and some of it is slavery, and some of it is jazz, and some of it is whatever the fuck, French. And so it's got a weird amalgamations of things, and mostly it feels just like a facade. Like there's nothing real happening there. And
Yeah.
all the real stuff shit's happening on the outskirts of it, and really just like smaller bars, just people fucking around, and it felt like it was just the community that was just like desperately trying to hold up the past, but it was just for people to go and drink through.
I guess so.
And kind of bummed me out sometimes, but I had some good stuff. We kayaked on a swamp tour. That was cool. I bonked a gator on the nose because he was trying to kill us.
Wow.
I didn't do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I just want to seem cool for you, dude.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I believed you.
I should have just fucking. I couldn't lie to you though. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting, and I think the ways that I tapped into it with the movies made it more interesting to me. I'm gonna run through my time there. We started with Red because my mom saw it get filmed, but turns out there's only like one scene in there. Red's not a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was based off a DC comic. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. And then I watched Double Jeopardy. That's funny. It's got a really great premise. I wish it was cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Streetcar Named These Nuts. That was fucking dope. The movie was awesome. I had a great conversation with my mother about how it relates to Gone with the Wind. Because it's got the same lady in it, and it's kind of about similar ideas. Yeah, pretty dope movie. I think you should see it. Marlon Brando. He sounds like Billy Crystal, but he's fucking shit up. He's looking hot, dude. A lot weirder than I thought it would be. It's badass. Interview with the Vampire. It's alright. My sister loves it. Well, she did love it. She didn't like it this rewatch.
Oh, what?
But, I think I don't know. It just wasn't as cunty as she remembered it was. But I think Tom Cruise is killing it in this movie.
He is.
He's absolutely murdering. Brad Pitt wasn't as bad as I thought he was the first time. Like, this time I was like, I kind of see what he's doing. He's being stoic, but I thought he was just awful the first time I watched it. And Kiki's killing it.
Yeah.
And the sets are amazing, and it's just got a vibe to it. I really do like it. 12 Years a Slave. Ever heard of it? Pretty good. Dude. McQueen. Good director. I always assumed this was like a homework movie, and It was just kind of by the numbers, but it's taking chances and fucking with time in a way that I thought was really interesting. There's a flash forward in this movie, or flashback, depending on how you look at it, that I thought was really incredible. That has to do with like a semi-sex scene, and I thought it was one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life. And it's not like, because you picture this movie and someone says like it's one of the saddest things you've seen in your life. You think about all the really obvious shit, the really traditionally nasty shit, but McQueen is so good at finding little things. So he's very dangerous in this movie because he's finding little heartbreaking things that will just stay in your mind for a long time. And I didn't know the story of this movie, and that shit sucks, dude. Do you know about this dude?
No, I haven't seen this movie.
This dude is a real dude, and he wrote a real book about it back in the day. And he was a free man, and he's been free for like 30 years, and he has a wife and family, and he's a nice house and shit. And then he gets kidnapped and put into slavery for 12 years. Sucks, dude.
Yeah.
No good.
Have you seen Shame?
Shame?
That's the only McQueen movie I've seen.
No, I haven't seen Shame. I'm also I haven't seen as many McQueens as I need to.
Yeah, I recommend Shame.
I will watch Shame, dude. And then watch Deja Vu, which I'll talk about a lot more because it's fucking dope. It's this Tony Scott movie with Denzel, and I was like, Dad, there's a Denzel Tony Scott movie that takes place in New Orleans, and we haven't heard of it. What the fuck? And then I put it on. He was as happy as a clam. And this movie is Tenet core. It feels like Tenet. I think it makes a little bit more sense than Tenet, but it's still like, it's fun first, weird shit first, and then all sort of like science fiction-y stuff second, and you just kind of have to fucking vibe with it. But it's so much fun. It's a lot more fun than Tenet is. It's just got a crazy cast, and it's just got, I don't know, man. This movie just fucking rocks. It's so fun. There's a car chase scene in this movie that's one of the funnest things I've ever seen in a movie. It's beautiful. It's just so good. I don't want to really say what it's about because I think you need to see it. I think you need to see it, buddy.
All right.
It owns bones. I saw Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. This is a film by Werner Herzog. That sounds like one of the geezer teasers that people would be in,
Yeah.
The Red Box movies, but it's not. It's Nicolas Cage and Eva Mendes, and it's just a lieutenant who gets really addicted to pain medication and then other drugs and stuff like that, and it's just the biggest piece of shit ever, and it's really, really funny and dark and strange, and it kind of looks like shit, but it's also awesome. And there's some things in this that you would absolutely eat up. And then I saw a girls trip, and that was the last of the thing. And that is modern. I want to see that because it was modern New Orleans, the drinking town version of New Orleans. And I really loved a lot of the jokes, but I think it's structured not great for a comedy movie.
Yeah.
There's the last like 45 minutes are pretty sans jokes because it's trying to do a lot of emotional shit, and that was a bummer. So that's my New Orleans trips. You say a couple now because I said a lot of them.
Okay. So I'll just talk about some movies I've watched in the past week, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Welcome to the Dollhouse yesterday.
Oh, I liked that movie.
Yeah, I did too. I'm familiar with Todd Stoltz. What's his name? Todd Solondz?
What does he do?
Is that how he says his name?
I don't know, man.
I'm just gonna call him Todd.
Yeah, Toddy.
I don't know how to read. He made a movie called Happiness that I have seen that is one of the disturbing movies. But he hasn't made a movie in a while, so he's been absent from the game.
Do you like Happiness?
I mean, I don't like Happiness. It's a good movie though.
Oh god.
But it's like, it's not like you throw on Happiness or anything like that. But this was this was good. I don't know. I don't have a ton to say about it. I don't really relate to it that much.
Yeah, because you were killing it.
I was killing it
in middle school.
You're killing
it in middle school.
Yeah.
So you just couldn't be me.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was good though. I'm sure that if for the right people, this will really work.
Do you like this or 8th grade better?
I haven't seen 8th grade in a long time. I don't really love Bo Burnham. I don't know. I mean, I do think I relate to 8th grade a little more because it is just more modern.
Yeah.
And I think I was I was maybe a 9th grade when that came out. I don't know. This is a better movie, though, I think.
Gotcha.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. What else I watched? I rewatched Brief Encounters from 1945.
Oh,
That's a cool movie. I've watched a few David Lean movies this year. He's one of the great filmmakers. Do you know about David Lean?
I do know about David Lean. Has he been showing up on your fives?
He has been. Very odd.
That's cool.
I've been watching some of his movies this year, but yeah, no, I've rewatched this. This is if you're a fan of Before Sunrise,
I am.
You'll fuck heavy with this. But I think this is or even Before Sunset even as well. But this is not You're Gonna Miss Your Flight. This is much sadder than that. So
I need to watch this then. Yeah, I didn't know it was like that. That's the fun thing about watching old movies, and they're like, oh wait, this actually fucks. It's not just homework. Mm-hmm. And I think you feel that a lot more than I do. I need to get over that hump. But I'm gonna get into this hump, the Brief Encounter. That sounds awesome. It's on my watch list, but now I'm gonna put it priority.
I've been watching the Final Destination franchise with my girlfriend. I think we find these movies kind of cathartic a little bit. Mm-hmm. We would just watch the fourth one last night, which everyone hates. It is the worst one in the franchise, no question about it.
But you're like, heart.
I had fun.
Yeah,
I think people hate this movie a little too much. It's watchable. I think there's a big mentality that it's not watchable. The CGI, it came out during that era of 3D movies. Mm-hmm. And it came out during that like 2007 to 2012 stretch of remakes.
I kind of have a nostalgia for those.
Really, because that's like my least favorite chapter of horror movies.
I think they suck, but sometimes I'll throw one on every couple of years and be like, that's funny.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, no, they definitely are funny. They're awful though. They're so bad. There's a lot of those remakes and or legacy sequels. Mm-hmm. And this has a lot of really goofy 3D shots.
Yeah.
That aren't even, some of them aren't even horror kills. There's just like somebody opens a bottle of champagne and the cork goes up and it comes down. And yeah, it definitely wasn't good, but come on, guys. Come on. There's some kills here. There's some kills here that are cool. All right, it does what it needs to do. It's an awful script.
Fucking dwarfs are logging on to say that the Final Destination is a 1.5.
Yeah, exactly. People are here to say it's a 1.5, and I say, maybe the script is a 1.5, maybe the performances are, but
fuck you, dude.
You know what? Have a little fun in your life, okay?
Yeah.
There's an awful CGI scene at a race car track, mm-hmm. and that's cool. And there's a scene in a mall, and that's rad. And there's an escalator kill that like.
Oh really?
I hate escalators, dude. There's a lot of things here that I think are much more like everyday life that are uncomfortable in this movie. So I don't know.
I really want to rewatch them all because there's the Big Picture podcast of breaking all the kills, and that sounds like the best episode ever, but I want to see them all before I get there.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the fifth one. We'll probably watch that soon.
And people love that one.
Yes, so people like that one. Lucy and I when we watched the second one, though, I think that one might be like our favorite. We really like the second one.
That's cool.
It's got the logs.
I've almost put them on a couple times.
Yeah, they're fun to put on.
I'll watch the second one first up.
Let's see what else. I watched a movie called Memories, which is a anime movie from the 90s.
Oh, 95 perhaps?
It is 95. It is it's an anthology, another animated anthology on this episode that is very cool.
That is cool.
Very cool sci-fi stories. The first one is the best, no question about it. The second one is pretty goofy. It's about a dude who smells bad. And it like kills society.
Okay, does it rip ass and shit?
It's kind of like that, yeah. Okay. And then the third one's like not great, but no, this is a cool movie. It's on Amazon Prime right now. If you want to check it out,
I sure will. It's already on my watch list.
I actually discovered that they have a lot of like cool obscure animated movies from like this era on Amazon Prime right now. So
these are incredible directors too.
Yes. So if that's the guy that made Akira did, I think, the really good one.
Yeah, one guy's doing Akira, one dude did Neon Genesis, and then the other guy is like in Animatrix. So this is cool.
Yeah, this is cool. This is a big lineup of people, and it's a really really rad movie. So I highly recommend it. I think that's most everything I want to shout out. Actually, no, I watched Night Moves. Do you know about Night Moves?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard tell of it.
A Gene Hackman movie that is like a pretty good crime thriller, but I thought the editing was egregious.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of people seem to like the editing, but I thought it was really bad.
What makes it bad?
I just didn't like how it was cut and things weren't sitting.
Is it jumpy or is
it's very jumpy? Yeah,
Okay.
It's very jumpy and it's kind of weird. And if it takes me out of it, then I think it's bad, you know?
Yeah.
And that same editor, though, I was looking at what else they've done, and they did Dog Day Afternoon that same year, and that movie has great editing. I think it's like the best part of that movie. So
it's got to be a style thing then, yeah.
I guess so. I don't know, but
Weird.
maybe yeah. So I think that's what I have to shout out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could say Into the Void, but I don't know if I got it in me. I think maybe I'll do that next time. We'll talk
Alright.
about Into the Void.
Cool.
Well, this has been wonderful.
Yeah, we'll be back. We're gonna either talk about what do you want to talk about? We can talk about.
We could do the movie canon. I think I'm gonna start researching the movie canon as
Okay,
well.
I can show you what I have. Yeah. We got Elio coming out. We obviously
We could do a ranking of Pixar's. I was just fine tuning them yesterday.
We could do that. I think it would be cool if we capitalized on Jurassic World
Yes,
early.
I think so too.
And we obviously have 28 Strokes Later.
28 strokes. Oh, I'm so excited. That's not a bad episode. Elio, 28 Strokes Later, and Jurassic World.
Yeah, we could do something like that. If you want to do that maybe later
Focus
this week.
more on Jurassic World if we want to get those clicks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We do want to get those clicks. So
That sounds good, dude.
Yep. All
Let's
right.
do it. Well, all right. Have a good gay time in this castle. And then I'm actually going to allow you guys to leave at your leisure. You know, your leisure.
Mm-hmm.
I just know every single one of the rooms in this castle currently have been transformed into some sort of gay sex room for various acts, for various sexualities and all that kind of stuff. We have been like bar hopping kind of between these rooms, and it's been a good experience. It's been exhausting. It's kind of why we haven't been posting that much recently, throughout this month.
Mm-hmm.
But we've just stopped to get some orange juice and pod for you guys, and we're gonna get back to it. But I'm gonna allow you all to join us. We're not gonna kick you out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta get some Gatorade, get my electrolytes back.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yep.
Well, all right. I'll see you on the other side, brother.
Bye bye.